everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of Sunstar Startup Spotlight, the Island Stories. I'm Queen Garcia Dinaldo, and today we have an incredible story of passion, artistry, and dedication that's making waves in the world of fashion and craftsmanship. In this special episode, we are honoring Women's Month by featuring a remarkable woman, Asabuana, an entrepreneur who has built an inspiring brand which we call the Casa de Pinta. Casa de Pinta combines traditional artistry with modern luxury, specializing in hand painted, native, and luxury bags that are truly works of art. Today, we're going to learn more about how Lesley Anne Pino turned a passion for painting into a thriving business that's gaining international recognition. Sunstar Startup Spotlight, The Island Stories is a campaign by Izla Lokal in partnership with Sunstar, which aims to help local artists and artisans promote their handicraft products from artisanal food to native bags, fashion accessories, home decor, and everything in between. Izla Lokal is an online marketplace for Filipino local products where you can find your favorite handmade creations like native bags, fashion accessories, paintings, home decors, or even an artisanal food like dried mangoes, farm-to-table products, and gourmet chocolates. Simply go to www.izlalokal.com, search for a product, add it to your cart, pay, and we will take care of your delivery. For Cebu City, Izla Lokal offers same-day delivery, and for national and international customers, we can ship nationwide and worldwide. Now, as always, we'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment and let us know where you're tuning in from today. Feel free to ask questions throughout the show because we will be answering them later. And we will also be picking one winner of of hand-painted bag from Casa de Pinta. If you interact with us, you drop your comments, your questions, or even say hi in the comment sections. So now, let's get started and meet this incredible woman, a Cebuana entrepreneur, an artist, behind Casa de Pinta, Miss Lesley Anne Pino. Hello!
Hi, Queen. It's nice to be
Welcome.
here.
Yes. Welcome to Sunstar. And yeah, maybe we will start right away.
Okay.
You can tell us about you, your business, and how you started Casa de Pinta.
It wasn't originally a business. How it started, it was my previous dean in the College of Nursing. So, for the record, I'm a nurse by profession, but not in practice. So it was my previous dean in the College of Nursing. It was a time when I reunited with her in 2020. Um, I think it was pandemic. It was the height of the pandemic, and I reunited with her, and I told her that I'm gonna gift her a canvas painting because at that time I was still connected with one of the biggest BPOs here in Cebu, but we were advised to work from home. And my nature is I'm not a behind the curtain person, so I got bored and I said, what am I gonna do here? And I said, no, I'm gonna paint canvas. So I decided to go back to my original passion. I think I started painting when I was in kindergarten.
Wow.
Drawing and sketching.
Yeah.
And since I decided to go for nursing,
It's a different world.
It was a different direction,
Oh.
and the talent was not honed. But once you have it in you, it'll always be there.
Correct.
It just takes one step or something to ignite it.
Yeah.
So yeah, going back, I decided to do canvas painting at that time, and when I reunited with my previous dean in the College of Nursing, I told her I'm gonna give you a canvas painting, and she said, "No, I want something unique, something that I have not seen before." And she said, "What about a bag, a hand painted bag?" And I said, "What kind of bag?" And she said, "No, it's up to you. I just want a hand painted bag." And so I went online in Facebook Marketplace, just out of curiosity. So I found one bag, native bag. It's a yellow bag. She still has it now. So it was the very first Casa de Pinta hand painted bag.
Wow.
And the rest was history. I posted it. She was holding the bag, and I posted it online. And people were asking if I was selling it. People were asking if, I have an official page where they can see designs. And So the whole thing blew up from one bag. So now we reached, probably not the whole world, but locally and internationally.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's how it started. Just one bag.
Just one bag in 2020.
It was in 2020.
2020.
Yeah,
So
and then-
pandemic yun na time.
Pandemic. It was
Yeah.
at the height of the pandemic. So that's why when people ask me, when did my business start? I would always say it's a pandemic baby.
Yes. Yes.
And I must say that I was an outlier because the rest of the businesses were, sad to say, like, they were not thriving. And
yeah.
so, by the grace of God, I was an outlier, and it was his move really that this came to be. All of this came
So
to
you
be.
were working as a BPO before?
Yeah, in the BPO.
Work from home. When did you realize na I think I need to resign and I'll focus on this?
It was not a resignation, so the company decided to close. Yes, in 2020.
Okay.
And so I thought at that time, it was a message from the Lord telling me that I had to pursue my
Passion.
profession, which is being a nurse.
Okay.
And so I was inclined to, enroll in an NCLEX training so I can go abroad, and so no, it didn't happen. I began painting. So from one bag in 2020, in January 2021, I had like 30 to 40 bag orders.
Wow.
That fast. In Feb, double, triple, and that's
It
when
was only you at the time.
it was only me at the time.
How did you feel?
When you are being, we always hear this, like when you are being paid to do something that you like, it's a privilege. I mean, it's an opportunity.
Yeah.
But when it becomes something that you don't like doing anymore, you get stressed out, you
Yeah.
get burnt out. And I always say this, that being in this business, this is just what they see, but they don't know what's happening in the background.
Yes.
So at the time, when the business, I didn't know that it was growing. I just felt that the orders were coming in, but I had no idea that it will really grow.
Yeah.
So in the second month, it was when our Cebu exhibit.
Yes.
So I was invited to put my bags there, and that's when GovGwen discovered my products, and that's the door to everything. The rest of, so basically the clients that I have now mainly are most of the politicians here in
the government.
in the government, and then prominent people as well, business owners. And how I grew my team. At that time, I was looking for someone who can do, for example, the letters of the bags, that, and
the
calligraphy and letters, and I'm so bad with writing, so we conceptualized that to mimic a luxury brand.
Yes,
which we will not mention anymore. To mimic a luxury brand, because it's a different touch. It's a unique touch. People would like to get to experience wearing luxury bags, but we have our own.
Yes,
we can conceptualize our own. So we did that, and this is the best-selling product that we have.
Yes, I see this everywhere.
You see this everywhere. You see it everywhere.
I see this everywhere.
you see
So
this
the
everywhere.
source is you. Yeah.
The source is God, but the talent is mine. So everywhere you see this everywhere. And so like in a week at the time we did like maybe 20 of this, and then the next month, March, April, May, June of 2021, we did like in a week we had 50, 60, and then and there was only one artist of mine who was helping me with that, and now she's able to train her partner as well in doing that. So it's opening a lot of opportunities for people as well. And I don't want to forget where this really come from. We have our weavers in Calatrava, Negros.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so the bags come from Negros Occidental.
Different places or just Negros?
Our main supplier really is from Negros. So we have,
these are pandan bags, no?
pandan leaves.
Pandan leaves.
Yeah. So The
Can we focus on the products? You can talk about the products you have here, but
Yeah,
can we
yeah, yeah.
request
yeah.
can we focus the products para a lot of people will see?
Yeah. So
Beautiful kayo, guys.
thank you. So most of majority of the bags we get from Negros Occidental. We have a weaving community.
You're
And
supporting a weaving community there.
sort of, yeah. We
Mm.
support and we help them sustain their livelihood.
Mm-hmm.
So I visited them. I think 2 years ago, and I just saw like when you enter the when you enter the town, you see all the green pandan leaves.
Yeah.
And you just see how blessed they are because they have it. I mean, we don't have those here in Cebu. And you also see how blessed the local government is. How blessed they should feel because they have
They have that resource,
there. They have
yeah.
that resources in there. So when you enter, you see people hanging the dried pandan leaves. So every house
They have
have their own share of pandan leaves.
It's
So
like a cottage industry for
it is.
Negros, no?
It is, and then it's a very rural place. So when you enter the town, you see the pandan leaves, and then you see group of ladies doing they strip into pieces because these are like
medyo ano man ni siya?
tiny,
Tiny
small,
also.
detailed
Yeah.
strips. And then so we have the process is how this came to be, because what you see in the display is the bag already. And sometimes people would ask, why is it a bit pricey, why this is the cost. And just to give a context of why it's a bit pricey, it's because this has gone through tedious and meticulous
Yeah.
process,
Yeah.
has been passed on through
One person
to
to
one
the other.
group to
Yeah.
another group to another group.
Yeah.
Actually, we are the last touch. So from the leaves, they dry it and then they strip it into pieces, and then they dye it to different colors, because this come with different colors: red, blue, pink. So they dye it and then they mat it like there's a matting, so it will.
So that's the weaving na kanang matting. Or
Yeah,
dili
yeah,
ka na?
weaving and then matting.
Okay.
And then we have a group of sewers, skilled sewers, and surprisingly, all of them are men.
Oh, really?
So when I entered the whole thing, I said, I can't see any. I mean, no to gender, but I was just surprised because in our culture, ang mga mananay, mga babae.
Basta ilaha mga lalaki.
Yes, sa ilaha mga lalaki. And every time I tell them, Kuya, I want this kind of style. Because when we started, we had very standard and basic styles. But then the market that I had, I thought it would be just more of the mature generation, the older generation.
Yeah.
But more and more young people
Or also embracing this
are
kind
embracing
of,
this.
the
So
native bags.
exactly. So they got rid of the leather, the typical bag. So when they saw this, they said, "Oh, this is something new." And then they said, can you conceptualize something like an Hermes inspired?"
So you do the design first. You do the draft. You tell them what design you like.
So for example, a client. This is a classic example that I always share in my past interviews. I had a client who came to me and said that this is what happened between me and my husband. We were still lovers at that time in UP, Diliman. They have like a sunken garden in there. This is the place where we sat, and then there was the moon there. And then I said, I cannot imagine. I've never been to the sunken garden of UP Diliman. And so she said, whatever you can conceptualize, however you want it to be. And I said, okay, I'll take the challenge. And I did it, and she was like literally crying when she saw it.
Wow. So it's the story. You painted the story.
It's really the story, and that's why I sometimes when you look at the craft that you have, you don't just begin to think that you earn money from it, but it's really the stories that
the feedback.
And in fact, I would say that 80% of my clients have become my good friends. Yeah, they have
Because
become
along the way you are sharing the story.
exactly.
With each
And
other,
another client shared that she wanted me to paint like an angel because she just recently lost her daughter. And I said, why am I like I'm absorbing all of these?
Do you also get emotional every time
I get
you paint?
emotional every time, and when you become friends with your clients, they come to you personally with their personal problems, with
Yes,
their personal
yes, yes.
stories as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's the most part of it.
So is this the Diliman bag?
No,
Which
it's not
one?
here.
No, this one
is
is
Magellan's
the
Cross.
Magellan's Cross.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is the Magellan's Cross. So beautiful.
Yeah.
Then this one, wait lang. So this one is a handbag lang. Di siya
Yeah,
backpack
it's a
lang.
handbag.
So
And this one is a
cute.
shoulder.
Shoulder bag.
And then this one is
Sling.
sling.
And this is a handbag.
Yeah,
A
sling as
and
well.
handbag.
So yeah, sling and a handbag as well.
Do you also like when it comes to quality, do you also do quality check with the
Yes,
bags?
I do.
mismo?
I'd like to go back to when we were still doing a few.
Mm.
I think that was January to March of 2021, because in April, that's when our first international distributor came in. She was from Norway.
Mhm.
So at that time, out of the 9 international distributors I had, they all found me in Facebook.
Wow.
Yeah.
You see the power of digital
Yeah.
marketing. And the
Digital
power
marketing.
of being present.
Yeah.
And being there.
You have to have an online presence.
Yes,
That is
regardless.
regardless, whether you have like a physical store, whether you have so many.
You have to be the face of your brand.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And so yeah, going back to that, my first international distributor came in. She was from Davao, and she's from Norway. So it really requires finances, to
produce.
this, and then for her to have it shipped from the
Mm.
Philippines to Norway, because it split, the price is around 22,000. That's just for shipping.
For shipping.
That's just for shipping. That does not include the bag. And for her to invest that much in our products, it only tells us that it's worth
Correct,
investing.
correct, yeah.
And when you see people in Norway or in outside of the Philippines wearing it, you know that it's not just Casa de Pinta, but it's the Philippines they're wearing.
Yes,
It is a
correct.
representation of the local product and
Yeah.
local brand that we have, and the people behind the product as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So, and then come next, when we did Paris, we pushed like 80 bags in one go.
Wow.
So
That's a lot, no?
That was a
80?
lot.
So there's
And,
an expo in Paris?
what she did, the distributor did, she rented like a boutique in Paris Square, solely for these bags.
Wow. so
Yeah,
nice.
God's grace. But so at the time when that came in, I said no. I have to have more people.
Mm.
If we want to make this big and really global, there has to be more talents being shown, skills being shown in here. And so, yeah, I was blessed with more people.
So you hired more
helping.
people.
Yeah, and
You hired more artists as well.
more artists as
Tell
well.
me more about the artist
Um,
community that you're supporting.
It's not even hiring,
Mm.
because when we talk of hiring, we can just post it anywhere. Like,
Mhm.
I'm hiring an artist. I need an artist.
Mhm.
It goes beyond just looking at the product, that the artistry of the person, but it's more of how dedicated you are in this. Because so to say, if you're only thinking of money, you're really not gonna last.
Correct.
Yeah.
I agree.
Because this
Yeah.
is not mass production entirely.
Yeah. Although you think about money.
Of course, yeah.
That's really part of it. But
That's part of it.
yeah, but what really fuels you every time will be your passion. What
Yes.
you love doing. Because even if there's money, there's no fuel or the love
True.
of what you do.
Exactly. Well
mawa
said.
yun na siya.
Yeah, and that's difficult to explain, because when I get to see face to face, someone who wants to paint, I look at like the level of dedication of the person. You cannot measure that, but you can feel it. You can discern that this person is really passionate in what he's doing. Because when I started this, I didn't think this as a business. I
It's just
took
your
it as a
side
passion.
project, no?
Yeah, it was just a passion, and if you think of it that way through and through, you wouldn't be burnt out, you wouldn't be stressed out, and that's what I want them to feel.
Correct.
But when the business grew, we had so many challenges.
Yes.
I have like 7 artists at the time, so when it grew, like everybody was also stressed out, because we had to catch up deadlines, we had to meet the expectations of our clients. And I personally, I don't have someone who can look after my social media page. And up until now, I've been really praying about it, because it's difficult to just put someone in
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
He or she has to have the the quality of knowing what artistry is. And then, because these are
Understanding of the brand, yeah.
understanding of the brand, because this is not transaction, this is really personalized.
Correct.
This
yeah.
is not transactionalized, personalized. So
So part of it is telling the story behind the painting in the bag.
exactly. And then, of course, knowing how much it is.
Yeah, correct.
Because if you don't know the value of art,
Yeah, it will be that's one of the things I want to talk about
Yeah.
also, because most artists, we have our own price, no, but a lot of people contest or question why a single handcraft will cost this much. That's I can paint this, I can do this. Some artists are their price is lower than yours. How do you deal with those questions?
yeah, that's a good question. I've been asked that quite a lot of times, because when I started, there were only two of us doing this. And
In Cebu?
In Cebu.
Okay.
I know the other artist, because she's like my senior.
Mhm.
She's been doing this for the longest time, and I have so high regards of her. And when more people were coming out and even copying the
Attempting to copy.
okay, let's just put it that way, attempting to copy.
Well, that's normal.
It's
no?
normal.
That's so normal.
And it's something that you can really be proud about,
Yes,
because
at least everyone's trying.
everyone's trying, and we all have our places
Yeah.
in the world. So
Correct.
in Cebu.
Yeah.
And I'm happy seeing them. But to answer your question about why is your product more expensive compared to theirs, if I have the time to really explain, because there are so many times that you don't have that power or that energy anymore
Yeah.
to go into the details. But if I find that the person is finding the right answer, it's not to demean you, or it's not to put a shade on your brand. I'll spend time to explain. So I would of course tell them that this is handcrafted. That's the very first thing I would tell them.
Yeah.
It's not machine made.
Correct. Yeah.
Although ang mga tahi, these parts,
Yeah.
it's by the sewing machine.
Mm.
But everything else, in fact, that's handcrafted. Dili na siya machine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ang pagtahian na, it's handcrafted. You see women really
Tedious kaayo na siya.
Tedious
Very
and dangerous as well when
yeah.
I see them. And I would also want to mention that when they weave this, if the temperature is warm, they have to go to caves.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because in cave, the temperature is like colder, or
Oh, yeah.
so dili kayo init. And they have to go there and
So
bring.
what will happen there if the temperature? That's interesting.
If it's warm, medyo kanang muluag, dili kayo mo
di siya
muta-
sturdy.
Yeah, dili siya sturdy.
Oh,
And then
okay.
dili kayo sila ka-shape.
Yeah, that's why I see mga weavers also I think it's in Samar.
Yeah, that Basay Samar.
Yeah, Basay Samar.
Yes.
They stay in one place, which is
Yes.
looks like a cave.
Medyo cold ang temperature.
It makes sense.
Yeah,
Nga
and
nung
when I
naa.
went there in Calatrava, I really witnessed it. No? Unya ang cave pag yun, it's a nay mga tombstone sa kilid.
Oh,
Kay
oh, oh.
half cave siya, half kanang
Mm.
lubnganan.
Okay.
So and that's what they endure, no? So
Yeah.
but I don't really have to elaborate on that. You know if the person knows the value
Correct.
of your art,
Yeah.
but just for the sake of explaining it, no. So it requires so many processes, and it's even the painting as well.
Yeah.
Because when you buy a canvas painting now,
That
you
would
cannot-
cost so much.
you cannot buy like a canvas painting for 3,000 anymore.
Yes.
No, now canvas painting could cost like 5,000, 10,000 and
Yeah.
up. And how much more if you get to wear the painting? So it's a
And
wearable.
it's a fashion statement also.
It's a fashion statement,
Yeah.
and it's a wearable art.
Yeah.
So-
I think I want to add more on that part, no, na they think handcrafts should be cheap. No. I don't think so.
Yeah.
A lot of people will only think na it's cheap because the raw materials like the pandan leaves are available everywhere. But we're not just paying the raw materials, we are paying for their talent and their time. And I'm really advocating to really support these people, kani mga manghimuay, kani mga weavers, because gone were the days when we have to pay them how much lang. And that's the only life that they have.
Yeah.
Because we're paying them like very slim amount.
Exactly.
Because we think that, ay, naara na sa ilang tukaran ang ilahang pandan leaves. They can just get it. They don't have capitals for it. But what about their time? What about their...
And, you know, when I went there, you think that this amount is like small, but when you give it to them, it's already big to them. So
Yes.
sometimes you get to reflect mga there's so many people questioning and you know wanting to really understand nganong mahal, but they don't see the real picture.
Correct.
They don't
Yeah.
see the process, how it's being done. So if they say, why is this store selling it at a very low price and why are you selling it at a very high price?
Higher.
Number one is it's the materials that you're using. Are you using latex? Are you using some standard materials, or are you using acrylic?
Correct.
And what kind of coating are you using? Is it just the varnish nga imong mapalit lang at
Yeah.
pila, or is it the high class materials that you have? And that's something they don't know. And sometimes you have to elaborate
they
that.
take it as that's just native. That's
Yeah.
just available everywhere. I can buy it in carbon.
Exactly. You see mga inani mga dili pud inaning style, but the standard
the one that you see in
material.
carbon has a different. This one is different because that's why I'm asking about if do you check also the quality ba, because this one is kinda sturdy, gahion siya og kanang
Yeah,
kuan.
yeah.
But this is still native ha.
Yeah, yeah.
Hindi siya, it's painted also, it's dyed.
Dyed.
Para dili sad siya. I think
Cured.
the
It's
dye-
cured.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
cured.
cured.
That's what I
Cured.
wanna say. It's dyed because para dili sad siya makuan kay native ba ya? Diba?
Yes. So
Native
it will
ba siya?
last. And in terms of quality check, the process is when the bags are ready, I send the bags to my artists. Of course, when also I have the luxury of time, I do my own, but mainly it's them because number one is helping them.
Correct.
It's
Yeah.
not even
Who are these artists? Are these students? Are these
Okay,
part-timers? Talk to us about them.
yeah. So at that time, my youngest artist was 11 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, her name is Erica.
Hi, Erica.
Erica Rosal. So she, her and her mom. So they're mother and daughter tandem.
Wow.
And you know, sometimes I get emotional talking about it because like Erica, when she started with me, she was 11, and they did not start as like they're magnificent painters. It really took a while. I also did not start as a magnificent painter. I had so many trial and error because plain canvas is so different.
Yes.
This is it's textured.
Texture. It's so hard.
And when you blend it, you have to do it again, cover it up. So when they started, it was a very big adjustment. There's so many things that we needed to improve, but you know, by God's grace, all of them developed their talents. So Erica is now turning 15, so she's been with me for like almost 4 years since day one, and she is like spending for her own. She can fend
Materials.
for her own
Ah,
school.
okay.
And the mother as well, Ate Grace Rosal, she is also, you know, and when she tells me sometimes that, Les, you know, at the time I thought I had no purpose anymore. I had nothing to do anymore. I couldn't get a job and whatnot. And dili gyud tinuod nga walay opportunity sa
Sa
art.
art. Correct. Correct.
Dili tinuod nga walay kwarta sa art.
Correct.
There is provision in art because divine providence mas good na siya, dim ko niya to ang talent. So it's
Hinatag
art
it's
always.
sa Ginoo.
Hinatag yun na sa Ginoo. So we have to, you know, treasure it and use it wisely.
Correct.
So, and I also have an artist who is active. He is like a guitarist in the church, and he does the portraits.
So these are the commissioned portraits.
Yeah, honestly, this is the first time I'm saying this publicly. So he does the commission. I do it as sometimes, but because of the length of time that you really need to sit down, so he does it. That's his forte. He does the portrait paintings, and that's been his full-time job. Yeah, doing the portraits because it takes a long time.
Yeah, for portraits it's quite difficult.
Yeah, and then Cheryl, who's been with me since the very first day, she does the bags with the text.
So they have specialized
They have
kuan nga art.
and then I did not realize that lain-lain ginig genre dahil lain og forte.
What
kada
do you love
artist.
painting, ikaw personally?
Okay, I love floral. Floral really
What's your
is
favorite
my-
floral painting?
Recently hibiscus gumamela.
Gumamela?
Yeah, because I've been producing a lot due to mamelanin ng Cebu Chamber of
Ah, yeah,
Commerce.
yeah, yeah. Hi, Miss
So,
Mel.
hi, Miss Mel, my number one supporter. And floral lady faces, clutches.
Mm.
Kay si Gov Gwen mo, upod na iyahang gina-request all the time, mga clutches to give away, to give to her
Yeah,
constituents. And then, we were blessed to be able to like showcase our talents and have a couple of celebrities as well carry our products.
How did Andy Eigenman discover you?
I think at that time, she had a friend. We had a common friend, and then you know how the algorithm of Instagram, like they see whoever your friend follows, and so she got connected to me, and yeah, we sent her the 2 bags, one for Ellie. She wanted a backpack. That's when I discovered that. We can really do backpacks.
Yeah, usually it's handbag. Oh, it's the shoulder bag.
Yeah, and
no?
so we did
Bag.
backpacks. And also we it was actually Madam Jinky. She was the first celebrity who got hold of our bags.
Well, that's nice. At least I thought she's just into luxury bags.
No,
she's also into native bags.
She is. It's so surprising because she has all the kinds of luxury brands there is, but she is also very supportive of local products. And we also have been able to paint for the past presidents during their events. I will not name
You
them
have gone a
anymore,
long way, no? Since 2020, you've gone a long way already.
just when you know that, I think when you always realize that it always has to be acknowledging that, because I'm a firm believer of of Christ, so it really has to be acknowledging the part that this is not yours to begin with.
Correct.
Yeah. Everything that you have, everything that you hope for, every plan that you have is not even yours to begin with.
Yeah.
So it is, it is Jesus' plan to begin with. In fact, being here right now, it's Jesus' plan for us to be here. So when you acknowledge that, everything else will follow. When you always have a grateful heart, your people will also become grateful. And they don't take each bag for granted. They pour out. They pour out their hearts in it, and that is why I'm very strict in terms of the output, the product, the quality.
Are there times na back job siya?
Oh yes.
And then you have to do it again,
Oh,
and then
yes.
hapit na ang deadline.
Oh yes.
How do you
No
deal with
matter
that?
what it takes, it has to be not perfect, because what would you perfect, but it has to be the quality product that we always produce. Because we don't just cater to someone who doesn't have an eye for art. We
Correct.
cater to people who really know what art is.
Yes.
So when I have the bags already in front of me and I do the finishing touches and I say, what's happening? What's going on in here? Naunsa man ni? Tanang nagkahiwi-hiwi maning mata, ang mga ilong di naman ni mao. So they know the drill. I have to give it back to them, and then you only have this amount of time to redo it. I can redo it, but because I have so much on my plate as well,
You have to be responsible.
yeah,
for
you have
it.
to be responsible. And I think when we had like a team building, when it was my birthday, all of them were there, and they were saying that if it wasn't for the push that I had really given them for the longest time, they wouldn't be able to come up with such beautiful artistry
Yeah.
at this time.
Yeah.
Because if they compare it to how they painted before
And now,
what is
it's
this?
totally different.
It's so different, because I think I take pride on the blend of the colors that I really put
So you
into my
pick the
bags.
colors also. You pick the style.
The style, number one, it's really up to the client.
They give you the pegs.
They give me the inspiration. In fact, some of them would want me to paint like kanang mga sikat nga, mga Starry Night, Great Wave of Kanagawa, the very famous kuan. And I would tell them that we might be hit with kanang mga copyright, so we have we have to tweak it
To make it your own.
we have to make it our
Correct.
own.
Yeah.
So yeah, quality check is always there. It has to be there, from the zippers to the. Although we're improving, we have to improve from time to time, because like the zippers that we use, the hardwares that we use, it has
So you're
to.
the one choosing it. Good.
Yeah, we have to check. I have to check it, like what kind of hardware is this. So just recently, like 2 days ago, a client said, "Les, can you maybe look at other options in terms of like the zipper? Pasin na kay laing supplier, ana.
Na dili siya dali maguba.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
we have to really work on it all the time.
Mm.
And the pressure comes in when you know that you don't just have to, when there's a very big competition in the market, you know that you have to move a notch or maybe 10 notches higher.
Correct.
You can't just stay there.
Yeah.
It's either you become consistent or you have to move up. You can't move down.
Correct.
You can't
There's
be-
no other way but up.
There's no other way but up. Yeah,
If you started it, then there's no other way
there's
but up.
yeah, exactly. And that's what I always tell my, my group, my team, my family. I call them my family now. That we have to be the best of what we're doing. There's so many painters now. And when I look at them, I would always reflect on myself, like how I started. I'm a self-taught artist. I never had formal training.
We never had formal training back in the day because wala man ay nauso ang mga workshops.
Exactly.
Only summer workshops, but they don't happen all the time, and it's very expensive, no? Atong
It's
time.
very expensive.
Oh.
And when you decide to like go into art school, you have kana yung finances ba? I mean, I was in the nursing school, grabe po ang gasto, but later naman ako na realize nga na I can paint pag yun di ay
Yeah.
na at
But
that time.
you are a nursing student ba? And like nag-pursue ka sa art and also you're now an entrepreneur. How did you explain this to your family? Because if you're a nursing, they have higher expectations for you to go abroad. But how did you
Yeah.
communicate that na
You
this is
know,
what
the
I
good thing
want?
about it is that my mom didn't want me to go abroad.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
wants you to stay.
Because I'm an only child.
okay.
Only daughter. So, in all fairness to my mom, I was raised single-handedly. So she's a single mom, and I could stress out how proud I am with her. When she asked me, what do you want to take up in college? And I said, she's never like, di siya makialam whatever decisions I had. But all she's concerned of is I had to finish. I had to just graduate. But however you want it to be, I'm here to support you.
Wow, that's nice.
And then at the time, that was 2011, mga college days, puso ang nursing. And I said, okay, I'm gonna go with my friends and then I'll take up nursing. But I can clearly remember that even when I was in the nursing school, when we had plays, kana mga role plays, I did the backdrop. I painted.
Yeah, you're the artist in the team.
I'm the artist, so I look at the creativity because I'm really into the details of everything. So yeah, that and then it was not a challenge because my mom never really put pressure on me. Unless you have to be a nurse.
Correct.
In fact, when I was in the BPO, I've been through different roles, like from being a trainer and whatnot. It was all my decision, and then came the business. And I think it was really God's plan mga I was in the BPO. I was able to speak to a lot of people.
Yes. Giano jud ka niya.
Yeah.
It was his plans all along.
I did sales. So
Yeah.
basically, I am the face of my brand. I am also the one who markets my brand. And I speak to my clients directly. I don't have someone who I would send. Because na may mga clients nga like from other parts of the Philippines mo visit og Cebu and would like to meet me. And I would say, I have to look at my time again, my schedule, but it's just a blessing that I'm able to relay the message of what this art is really all about. And sometimes those who have become really close to my heart, mga clients nako who have become close to my heart, they begin to understand na when I order from Lesley, I cannot say I need it in 3 days.
Dili jud na siya pwede.
or one time I had a client. No, she is a very good like a mom to me now. She has her own walk-in closet at home filled with all my bags.
Wow, collection na ka.
Collection yun na siya. I'll mention her name, si Ma'am Gigi Borja. She's the wife of Colonel Borja. She's in I think Leyte or Bohol. So she was my very mga day one yun nga mga supporters. At the time, grabe pa kay ko murag
Magbitbit pa ka.
magbitbit pa kanang maglibog ko sa dapita, like I had no traction pa ba, because it was just passion, lingaw-lingaw lang. It was not meant for business. So she ordered from me, and up until karon na lang yun, sige pa siya order nako.
Wow.
So she has her own walk-in closet.
Wow,
And she
that's
sent
so
me a
good to
photo.
know.
She said, Les, Jerry is very supportive of me. iya jud kong gisuportaan to have this walk-in closet at home to store all your bags
Yeah.
because it has to be taken care of.
Yeah. Wow,
Yeah.
beautiful. So nice.
So nice. And you know, you get driven, not kay drive to create more.
Correct. Bitaw, kay we see walk-in closets full of branded, the big
Yes.
brands. Why not for native bags? Why
Exactly.
not for personalized bags? So that can be a story that you can share to a lot of people, pero it becomes normal na lang pud for them to,
Yeah,
to collect
exactly.
this one, diba? So now you are catering to different countries, and international gyud ang Casa de Pinta. How do you manage with the logistics? How do you manage with the inventory?
I think I would say it was international before it became global. When I say it was international before it became global, majority of my clients when I was starting were more from the international space.
Yeah.
A few were from local. Let's say mga politicians sa Cebu, politicians sa province of Cebu. But when we did international, we had a partner courier. It was difficult in the beginning, but we found a way on how to maximize the space of the box.
Yeah, especially your box is kind of big, no?
The boxes we don't recommend sending
Oh,
that
yeah,
out.
maguba
So what
siya.
they do is they do the packaging on their end na.
Okay.
So we flatten the bags from here and then we ship it out.
Or there are times nga medyo naguba imong bag along the way or unsa.
You know, by God's grace, wala. Sa kadaghan na gyud na mog na ship and then grabe kayo kamayong Ginoo kay ngano walay nawa nga box. Walay nangawala nga mga parcels. There was a time na delay but kausara gyud. So it went on smoothly and perfectly. And you know, once pod nga I'd like to share once nga nagsuroy-suroy sugbon ni ato ang mga politicians and then they were somewhere in the north and then a friend was calling me, Les, I think these are your bags, and then can you take a photo? And so sila pa nang turnog yun ana.
Pareha sila.
So na mga name nila like Ma'am Caroline Bacalto.
That's why I told you, I see this everywhere. Kani nga bag. So ikaw din nagpauso ana.
Actually, I did not realize nung nga ako yung magpauso. And then, you know, when you hear people, like, you're seated in a cafe, and then you overhear a group of youngsters. I think I shared this once, nga, ni Ana, ang bata nga, kanang, friend, you know, I saw this in Facebook ba, because my mom wanted to order. And I thought it was just one of those bags, but when I looked at it, it's handcrafted di ay.
Oh, it doesn't look like
and then-
handcrafted actually. Kay it really mimics
Mimics the kanang, and
the
she was just
brand.
seated a table away from me. I was just really listening, and I said, this is the feeling that, you know nga, you're being talked about by people random, you don't really know. And then they ended up saying us, oh, nice, it's really, really nice. It's something new that we haven't seen before. And when we did exhibit with DTI, like some of my clients from Luzon, they flew to Cebu,
Just to buy that.
just to buy
order.
and, you know, to see. I'm sorry, but to see me in person, and I said, what? No, it's, you can maybe in my bag, but you know, but they just want to meet me
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we built a relationship online.
I think that's one very important thing, not just for handicrafts or unsa. I think for business, na when you get to meet them, there's a lot of story that you can share with each other, and there will be more opportunities na mugawas along the way.
Yeah.
Na
In connection to that, in any kind of business, what I learned is that you have to establish the trust.
correct.
That's
yeah.
the number one thing that you have to
Yeah.
establish. And how you establish the trust is it's not just selling your product, but it's getting to know who you're selling the
Yeah,
product to.
yeah.
And when you get to know them, that's when they build that trust
Correct.
in you.
Yeah.
And in fact, bisan pag usay dili nila need ang imong bag.
They just love
They
collecting
just love
it.
buying it because it's you.
Correct.
I
Yeah.
experienced that so many times nga na yung nga client kung dili lang yun ikaw less di jud ko mopalit. And it's heartwarming, you know how God moves in the hearts of the people ba nga it's not because of the product but it's
because
because
of you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how you mirror your product, how you live as well your life, and how you show up to them. Sometimes mahimo kang counselor nila. You
Best
know,
friend na ka,
best friend na
chika-chika
kanila.
na ka.
And it's no longer about the business anymore at the end of the day, but the
It's the
countless
relationship.
inspirational stories
Correct.
that you get to hear
Mm.
from them, and knowing me that I'm a very conversational person, so
Yeah.
mulingkod yun ko tamas ginhawa basta lang kanang makatubang nako, and I get to know the person.
God is really preparing you for this. So, He sent you to BPO para maanad kasi mo ang... Of course, you have the comp skills already. And I really believe in that na you took up nursing, you didn't know you'll be here. But along the way, it was God who orchestrated everything. Maybe
Amen.
for now, you cannot see it na how is it related to nursing. But maybe in the future, diba, it comes to... Mathread na siya.
Yeah, I mean, it comes with
Diba?
discipline as well. Because
Yeah.
when you are a nurse, grabe ka
Correct.
level
Maybe
of discipline.
that's it, no?
And then the level of dedication that you have.
And the precision.
And the precision and the details that you
Oo.
can see. And then when you are a nurse, you have the emotions magod.
Oo.
It all comes from the heart.
Mm.
And that's why it's my brand says what's from the heart touches the heart.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, and it's I like to mention Pastora Chris Ruiz, who gave me that tagline.
Yeah, very nice.
What's from the heart touches the heart, because that's how, even if
Correct.
magkamahal akong bags, because
Mm.
the prices now are also kanang magkamahal sad. My supporters since day one are still with me,
you. Yeah.
even if daghan ang mga mas barato,
Mm.
because they know that we put our hearts into
Correct.
this.
So we were talking about the prices. Now, what's the price range of if you're comfortable talking
Yeah,
about it?
I'm good. So
Okay, before we go, how much for this one?
for the big one, normally mo range
Just range.
3.5 to 4.5.
Okay.
For big ones. For the
That's not
small
so bad,
ones,
no?
yeah. For the small ones, mo range siya from 2.8 to 3.5. Ana.
So that's hand-painted na pa na
Hand-painted na,
everything,
na siya. So
Wow.
it comes with the bag already
Mm.
and the painting.
Wow.
But the pricing, the number one, consideration that we have in terms of giving out quotation is the design.
How complicated
How
it is.
complicated.
Yeah, for portrait, for sure, mas mahal.
Yes, I have a client. She ordered 8 bags from me, all her faces.
Wow.
Actually, but malingaw lang jud ko niya. She is from Zamboanga. And then from time to time she would say, "Les, this is the Mom, your face again." I said, "It's a different angle now."
So pwede na mga selfie, no?
Yeah, daghan. We do commission portraits good, but the portraits would range from 4K to 6K.
Yeah.
We did one for Sharon Cuneta. We did one
Wow.
for Jackie Lu Blanco. We did quite a few
Wow.
already. Mga portrait designs.
Yeah.
So that's the range. But ang kaning mga texts lang, kaning CD inspired, we call it CD inspired, senior inspired, would range from 1.6 to 2,000.
That's not so bad.
That's
And
so
you have
bad.
your name on it.
Yeah.
You can
And it
preserve it.
has.
You can preserve it all your life.
Exactly. Any text that you want, pwede good siya. Any kind
Like
of
hulhut
text.
doon na niya diha.
Yeah.
Ang space. Okay ra.
Dili sad.
Okay, sad.
Kuan man naman tayo limit sa number of
okay,
characters. So
okay.
we've been supplying this to the likes of Kong Cindy Chan, ihan ng ipang giveaway.
Ipang-giveaway.
We did for Kong Lollipop as well. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Keman's Philippines. They were the katong sponsor for Miss Universe. They ordered 450 of these.
450 pieces?
No, 50. 50 of these to give to their employees. Kani man gud siya ang mas ma-afford in terms of bulk
Correct. Yeah.
bulk purchases.
Yeah, that's also easier.
Easier siya.
Easier siya.
And dali ra sad siya timeline.
Timeline.
Kay namo uban gusto na gyud nga
Maka-deliver ka dayon ba?
Yeah.
Compare ani mga ingon ani, murag mas lisod siya.
mas lisod, mas dugay
mas
because of the
himuon,
intricacy of the designs,
correct,
and the size
correct.
as well of the bag mo matters sad kay dako mas dako man.
And it's not easy if you paint because ang pinakaaway sa painter or artist is ang inspiration.
That's where I was heading earlier.
Oo.
So a lot of people would ask me, Les, were there instances nga you wanted to stop? Like you wanted to just,
I just want to paint as a hobby.
yeah, I just wanna be a housewife and then, just take care of my kid and my husband at the time, and mo paint lang ko kung kanus-an ako gusto. Because that's how it should be. When you paint, you have to have the right temperament.
Correct.
You have to have the drive and the inspiration. But I came to a point that I really wanted to stop.
Yeah.
It's when the orders were piling up. It's when dili na ko ka quantify, like, why am I doing this pa?
You started to feel burnt out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I had no purpose in doing all of it.
Mm.
It's not that I'm a multimillionaire at that time, but when you, from when you shift bitaw 180 degrees imong life, from someone who
does it as a passion to making it as a business
Yeah.
na responsibility.
and from someone who does
Oh.
not, or who's not even known to anyone, to someone who has to face the public and who has to show up in the public with this kind of bang disposition all the time, and you have to be with the prominent people in your best
presentable self.
presentable self when you don't feel like being there. It's when you are kanang ma-challenge na ka ba nga, am I still in the right place?
Correct.
Am I still doing this right?
Yeah.
Because this business is not the typical business that you do. It requires the core of you, Gyud. It
Correct.
requires the wholeness of you. So when the orders were piling up, and then the spotlight was already in you, you had to, again, you have to be consistent, or you have to be the best.
Correct.
And when you always strive to be the best, everyone around you affected because you want to be perfect.
you're sharing the energy.
You're sharing the energy, and you're sending that kind of message not only to yourself but to your family. So your family sees nga, she is no longer the Lesley that we know. She used to be this, she used to be happy, she used to be bubbly, and now she could not even fix herself. Like, she's stressed out, she's burned out, taputon. Ana, you develop different kinds of character in you ba?
Yeah.
And so I said, I talked to my previous dean at that time, katong gitagaan ako sa first
The
bag.
first bag.
And I said, Ma, I think I wanna stop. I call her Mama. So, why? Ko nga, because I'm not happy anymore. And I cannot find any purpose in doing this. Yes, there's money. You meet a lot of prominent sikat na mga tao, but I don't know if this is really for me because mo art block naman ko. Like, I could no longer paint. I could no longer conceptualize ideas. And I always publicly say na I've had my fair share of vices as well at that time. I became somehow an alcoholic along the way.
Maybe it's your stress reliever siguro.
Yeah, I know. I know. This is a very private information, but what takabaw daghan ang makarelate ani no.
Yeah.
Most especially the artists. That's why I would say that when you're an artist, it is very important that you know why you're doing it, and what is the reason why you're doing it, and who are you doing it for. Because if it's just for money, it's really gonna break you. But if
You hit me on that.
yeah, no, and allow me to say it. No, when at the time when I felt like I wanted to stop, I'm a firm believer of Jesus Christ. So I'm a born again Christian, and so at that time, when I felt like I had everything, but people will only turn to God when they don't have anything.
Yes,
But
yes.
I had everything. But why did I feel like I didn't have anything in my life? So, and it was then. This will lead us to how God used my art. So the very first art workshop I did was for special children in partnership with Branting PH and McDonald's in Banawa. So I couldn't believe it because I thought that it was just like a regular art workshop that I was conducting. But when you see the faces of the children from all over the provinces of Cebu, there was from Sambuan, from Lapu-Lapu, and special children. You see them really happy being able to engage in an activity which is normally attended by normal children.
Yeah.
And they're special children. And I know, said God, mo ding gihimo ko nimong nurse. Because I'm able to understand the needs of these children. They're not special, but they're unique. They require special care. So, and hearing the testimonies of the children, being able to paint, it was free. We did it for free. And I said, I think this is my purpose. No, it's not just in the corners of your room painting. It's not just meeting.
Yeah, it's
people.
extending your talent.
It's
also to
extending
other
your
people.
talent, and I hope all artists will have that kind
Correct.
of direction as well.
Correct, yeah.
Na nadyo yung purpose ba? Na yung reason why they're doing
Yeah,
it.
sometimes we're good. We just paint for the sake of painting it, and it all starts as a hobby. But gusto to yung mong giingon you really have to find your why. Why are you doing it? Who do you do it for, it adds fuel good.
Yeah.
And I think siguro for artists, it's very important because I also paint. Although hobbyist lang yun ko, guys.
It's okay. It starts with hobby.
Yeah, I also paint. I tried.
Sorry
ko
kung-
paint og
yeah.
bags before, pero di yun nako kaya
Who
sa
knows?
akong
Wala na
time.
host diri soon.
I use art as an ano lang, murag it's an outlet for me
It's
to
an outlet.
express myself because I'm mostly in the tech world. I'm in the media, I'm in the tech world.
Yeah, that's
so,
why you're here.
Oh, that's why I'm here. So medyo ano dyan siya. Murag lahi siya nga kalibutan. But good thing
It
there
is-
is art because it
Yeah.
heals, it soothes.
It heals. It
Yeah.
heals. You know what? The testimony of a child, he was part of the special children group, no niya. The testimony was like, Mommy, I'm so happy because there is a place pa di ay nga I'm accepted.
Wow, beautiful.
Yeah, and my emotional tana, no? There is a place pa di ay nga I can freely paint, I can freely draw without being looked at, without being scrutinized, without being asked.
Judge. Yeah.
Oh, asked nga kanang as simple as nganong nakadiri.
Oh.
And that alone ba, you don't have to ask why you're here. You are
Correct.
welcome here.
Yeah.
And
Do you still do that now?
I did workshops for our local church.
Mm.
So it's for free as well for the less
Wow.
privileged children. And I'm active in the by the grace of God, natagaan yun tanyag strength to juggle everything all together, being active in the ministry and doing business at the same time. So my business is my ministry, and it also fuels, whatever needs that we have. God is the ultimate provider, man gyud ani tanan, di man gyud nato mahimot
Bitaw, tinuod jud na.
Tinuod jud na. And so a lot of stories, a lot of mga amazing kaayong unexpected encounters with people, and the connection that you have with these people. But sometimes mahibong nga lang ka nga ngano nagka-connect me, and then eventually you realize ano yung gi-connect me niya because
Because of this, yeah.
I would need her or him.
Mm.
No, I would need this person.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct. So when you ask God to lead you the way, if you surrender everything to Him,
Yes.
He will be the one sending you people without you knowing it.
Exactly.
Later nakaka-realize katay mo giingon, the reason nga nung nakaila ko ani niya 2 years ago, 3 years ago, or the reason nga nung niabot ko ani nga
Exactly.
nga opportunity 2 years ago. He's preparing me. He's baking something for me literally.
And ang
Diba?
evident pag Anak Queen is that He's gonna humble you down.
Correct. Yeah.
Kay if there is no humility in your heart in all of this,
Yeah.
you can, because with the people that I'm facing, I'm a public person, no? With the amount of kanang attention I have to give out to people, politicians, prominent people, pwede gyud ka ma-proud, no? Ma-prideful ka along the way.
Oo.
But humility jud ang i-work ni God
Correct.
sa imong heart
Yeah.
nga.
It's the Holy Spirit good nga ni kuan.
Iya ka nang ang Holy Spirit siya mo convict nimo ba nga oy Les sobra na ni
Oo.
or oy Les you are misled. This is not the direction that God wants you to do. And it's really important that you listen to Him all the time. Kay this require major decisions, major finances. When you meet people, you have to have the right words. Dili ka pataka og storya diha.
Correct.
So every time I meet people nga mga kinahanglan jud nako storyahon, I would say, God, give me the right words, put the right words into my mouth na
Correct.
akong masulti sa
Yeah.
ilaha.
It's total surrender.
Total
Even the little
surrender,
things.
even exactly.
Even the little
And
things.
it's even in the little things.
Like, Lord, I'll be having my interview in Sunstar. Lead the way.
exactly.
Exactly, diba?
You know,
You let the Holy Spirit
trivia
talk.
is I did not read your
Questions.
questionnaire.
Oh, nice!
I was not even looking at there, but I did not read the questionnaire. So people were asking me from the Christian community. They're all watching. I don't know, but
Yeah, we'll check them later
Yeah.
in a little while.
so like they're saying, and I said I don't know the questions. I was sent a
You
link.
speak from the heart.
It has to be. What's from the heart touches the heart.
Yes,
So
yes.
it has to touch the hearts of whoever is watching. Once I was asked, is how did you achieve all of this? Or do you consider yourself successful? Who you are at the moment or what you have achieved? And I would, back in the day when I have not met Jesus, no, I would always say, this is all me. Because this is my talent. No?
Yeah.
If without my talent, I would not be able to achieve.
Yeah,
all of
I am this great.
I am this great, no? Kanang I am unique. Like not everyone will get the chance
Yeah.
to be able to paint. But when I knew that all of this, comes from just one divine creator, I realized nga, uy, dili dini ako ah.
You're just an instrument.
I am an instrument, and I am privileged because I'm given this talent. And sometimes we fail to remember nga, you're very good in hosting.
Thank
Articulate kay Queen. The people in the background, they're very technical. They have that talent. Someone is good in singing, someone is good in dancing. And I always say this in most of my talks na God will never be impressed with all those.
Correct.
With the talents that you have. Kaya number one, it's God who gave that. Like if I give that to you, why will I be impressed? Ako ginagataga
betul.
So, and then the only time God will be impressed is when what you can express out
Wow,
from the talents
beautiful.
that you
Nice.
have and the skills that you have.
And what can you express and what can you share?
Exactly. Out from that.
Yes.
Because it shouldn't stop there.
Correct.
You're good in singing, you sing, and then what next? What are you doing about your singing?
Correct.
No? So when I said, God, you taught me how to paint, so what do you want me to do about this? Do you want me to just stop there like painting, or do you want me to reach the children? Do you want me to reach people? Do you
And to
want me
provide jobs, opportunities.
and opportunities?
Correct.
Sometimes when you want to stop, you cannot, because you see you have a team.
Correct.
You have Erica, who's a student. No, you have her
You
mother.
feel
so-
responsible for them already because they're your family. You mentioned
Yeah,
they're your
yeah.
family already.
And then my son, I'm single-handedly raising him, and then I have my mom, and my mom has been very supportive. And it's not about making them proud, but it's really making them understand that I'm using this wisely, and I'm using the talent not for my own self, but for them, for everyone around me, and most of all for the greater glory of God.
Yes,
That's
yes.
that's the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you share it with the people, and of course, for God as well. So you've gone a long way already. I told you that already. Very impressive your story and how you put God at the center of your business. What is next for Casa de Pinta?
Honestly, I've stopped planning.
You let it flow lang.
I let it flow because I used to be I'm a very organized person. If I can plan my entire year, I would really plan ahead. That's me. I'm very detailed. But as of now, we want to saturate the local market.
Okay.
We're looking at focusing on maybe putting all the bags targeting in major hotels. We've been doing it already. Because hotels is where,
Tourists are.
tourists
Yeah.
are, and we want to continue our partnership as well with DTI on Top Hub. Hands up to DTI, who's been really, really supportive of Casa de Pinta since day one. They opened the doors to for people to know this craft. I did an exhibit with them in 2022, and by the grace of God, all sold out.
Wow, nice.
And we had to refill, and I said, God, this is really you, because if this is us, it's not gonna be, it's expensive,
Really
it's
sold
pricey.
out. Correct.
It's really
Yeah.
pricey, and then people flying from all over the Philippines to buy and to see you, so that's a privilege and that's an honor. So we're gearing towards maybe saturating the local market, putting more of our bags at the hotels, and a lot of my clients would ask me if I can set up a showroom.
Yeah.
I used to have a showroom in 2021, but that's the pandemic time, and no one would even go out. But Kong Cindy was there, so she visited. As another thing that we're looking at, maybe a showroom. Nga mas dako gid siya, private, because we have people who are not public.
Correct.
So they wanna just go there and with no mga distractions, and I'm also looking at being able to grow this for the ministry.
Wow.
It's really the ministry, that's driving me to. In fact, to be honest with you, this is the first time that I have honored an interview since 2021.
Thank you.
No, because I had to just really step back and just really focus on the product.
The products, yeah.
Yeah, and then
The
my
production.
building my spiritual faith as well, and my family. And I said, I think I was given a green light to do this.
Yeah.
And-
Your heart is light coming here.
Yeah. And sending the message again that in whatever you do, it's not just because you have the business, but
Correct.
why do you have the business, and what is it for?
Yeah.
Because
and who is it
ultimately queen kanitanan passing miss drama jud ni.
for? Gift for gid na.
Yeah, like
Give for
like we
good.
all pass. Bags pass, money will pass.
Yeah.
But what kind of legacy do we want to leave? Cliche kay siya, no, but what kind of message that we want to for people to remember ba every time they hear our name? What kind of story we
Do you
want to leave?
Yeah, do you want to leave?
We want to live in this world. So it's not just the business, but it's the why and who you are doing it for.
Wow, thank you kayo, Les, ha? This is your first time in a while to be interviewed. And you allowed Sunstar to interview and to share your story, your beautiful story. Inspirational gid kayo gid siya, not just for artists but for the community of weavers, for all entrepreneurs gid nga naminaw na to karon. So before we wrap up, let's quickly talk about the word of the week, which is lead nurturing. Lead nurturing is the process of educating and building trust with your prospects to guide them through the buyer's journey. The ultimate goal of lead nurturing is to provide your prospects with a unique experience that keeps them coming back for more and eventually converts them into customers. So in the case of Lesley, the lead nurturing is she meet them online, but she also meet them personally. So that's how she nurtures the lead and making it siguro there is a purchase initially and then eventually it becomes regular purchase na. So you are leading them from the top funnel going to the sales funnel or to the patrons. They become your patrons, not just people that you know everywhere. So there is also what we call the sales funnel. So part of lead nurturing is to talk to your customers good all the time, to listen to their story, how your business can help them and how it will resonate with them. And then you bring them to a journey, you bring them you tell the story so that they will not just become your customers but also your patrons, which means that they'll be the one talking about your business to other people. So that's very important for business. So thank you so much, Les, for sharing your journey with us. It's really amazing, and I'm very very happy and also very impressed by how you grow the business. And this is a passion from the start, and right now you're touching a lot of lives of other people. And to our viewers, don't forget to check out Casa de Pinta's exquisite collection of hand-painted native bags and luxury bags because they are very unique. It supports a community, it supports a dream. But before we go, let's check first our comment section because Lesley will be giving away which will be given away to them. What will be your gift?
This one.
One.
Yeah.
So she will be giving away this gumamela, or what's the other term for this? The gumamela bag.
Yes.
You're the one painting it?
Yeah.
Wait lang ha.
So we're the kind of viewers.
Wait lang. My laptop is acting again. We're na-stress na siya. Can I borrow a phone? The one with the live. Let's see ha. Sunstar. Okay, here. Oh, let's read it together. God bless Casa de Pinta. You have a lot of supporters.
Oh.
So I wish I could paint like that. We have
That's
Rolly.
Pastor Tito Rolly, Bishop Rolly, and then we have Tita Han Arrow, Pastor Han.
Hello everyone. That's a nice design. So creative, ma'am. Do you know some of these people?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Let's try to see. Do you have questions? Or wala yung mga questions, but only well wishes for you and for your business.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to pick the winner or it's up to you?
I'll be biased. Okay. Dili siya, kung ano, dili siya ruleta or sa,
Depends on you.
okay. I think I'll give it to someone who's been really waiting for this. Is that okay? Or
Yeah,
do
yeah,
I,
yeah. It's okay. It's up to you.
anyone? Okay, so I will be giving it to Tita Han,
Yes.
Pastora Han.
Hi. Hello,
Pastora Han, Arrow of River of Life Ministries.
Wow,
in
congratulations.
Lapu-Lapu.
Congratulations and thank you for staying with us.
She's actually been staying since 5 p.m.
Wow, wala, sorry Han, late me gamay because na
Hi, Pastora Han. Thank you so much.
so much,
Thank you very
Pastora
much.
Han, and thank you for being so supportive.
Yeah, very supportive.
Yes. So, let's thank you kayo ha. Thank you kayo for being here.
It's an honor.
Yeah.
It's an honor.
So guys, I hope you continue to support Casa de Pinta and also Izla Lokal because you can shop for local products. Hopefully, Casa de Pinta will be in Izla Lokal in the future. It is an online marketplace for Filipino local products where you can find your favorite handmade creations just like this one, the native bags, fashion accessories, paintings. You can sell your canvas there. Home decors or even artisanal food like dried mangoes, farm-to-table products, and gourmet chocolates. So you can just go to www.izlalokal.com, search for a product that you like, add it to your cart, pay, and we will take care of the delivery. For Cebu City, Izla Lokal offers same-day delivery and we can ship nationwide and worldwide. So thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. I know it's kind of late. But yeah, thank you. And this is Queen Garcia Donaldo. Thank you for joining us. And as always, stay creative, stay inspired, and keep supporting local businesses. See you next time.